Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, An American Werewolf in London from 1981. It's directed by John Landis and stars David Naughton and Griffin Dunne. So, I've committed a very slight bit of alphabetical tomfoolery to get both this film and its partner film slash sequel slash spiritual successor slash whatever the hell you want to call it, An American Werewolf in Paris, slightly earlier in the review order so I could bunch them in with the other films that start with the word American to keep our Coming to America tour going on longer. Technically, they should be about 10 reviews down the line when we start the movies that start with Anne, but nevertheless, here we are, reviewing An American Werewolf in London, so let's get to it. 1981 was the year of the werewolf in Hollywood, as it was the year Wolfen, The Howling, and this film all came out. But of the three, this is by far my favorite. I think it's the mix of horror and comedy in this one, and the very cool transformation sequence that does it for me. I hesitate to call it a horror comedy because it is very unbalanced in those departments. It's more a horror film with some elements of comedy every once in a while. But it puts in the funnies at all the right parts because it really works for the film. One of the biggest comedic elements is the soundtrack. When the film starts and you hear Blue Moon by Bobby Vinton, you just know you're in for a film that may very well not be a completely serious affair, which I love. The rest of the film? I think it's great. That Nightmare Within a Nightmare sequence is almost as classic as the transformation sequence, which helped win Rick Baker the first Oscar for Best Makeup. And if I can digress for just a moment, can we talk about the movie within the movie, the porno See You Next Wednesday? It is hilarious, playing out just as you imagine an English porno would play out. Humorous, awkward, and manners of course play a part. The scene in the porno theater makes me laugh every time, both for what's going on the theater screen and what's going on in the theater itself. Of course, there might be some of you out there that wonder how I can support a John Landis movie, and without getting too deep into it right now, it's easier to separate a director or a writer from a film because it's not theirs. It belongs to everyone that worked behind and in front of the camera for that film. Besides, John Landis is nowhere near as evil as Victor Salva. So I'm going to give An American Werewolf in London a B+ for being the best werewolf film 1981 had to offer. Tomorrow we round out our Coming to America tour with An American Werewolf in Paris. See y'all then.